But seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Right there, 54 miles. Watch the back, watch the back.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Rams 15-yard line.
2nd and 3. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
That's the score, Vikings 7, Rams nothing. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Kamara off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Mike 54. Mike 54. You must be dreaming. Hey, what's that? What's that? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Prescott from the gun. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is fielded at the 27. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check 31. Check 31.
Gurley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This is caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go. 8 lead. Hey, block it.
Incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. 2nd and 1. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Rodney McLeod. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
What we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here we go, 47.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start fighting.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 24. Check 24.
Throwing. Prescott. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. And it should be the final play before the quarter ends. 21-0 our score after 1. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They run. It's Gurley. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
X3, 218, chopper, undercrush.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. He's got him in, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Zach Ertz. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Typically down to the 1st half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, 1st half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Mike 5-4.
3rd and long for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll look to throw here. And that's complete to Cooks. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Here's 2nd and 8. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This is caught. It's Cooks. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. On first and goal, Gurley. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 20, 10, for touchdown, Vikings. Todd Gurley saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Prescott looks to throw on first. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
12 yards there, first down Vikings. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
On the ready. I'm here all day. Get it.
On first down, it's Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll set up a throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Gurley.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
They'll drop to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Olivier Vernon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Squeeze.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go.
It's caught left side by Cooks. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game, and a 1st down as well.
It's just me and you.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Marquise Lee there to make the grab. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
70, Indy. Pick it up. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hey, lock it. Go.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Todd Gurley. 29 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Switch. Hey, kill, please.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott now. And it's caught by Selleck. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, kill. 47.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front will fill a lot of space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They try right side here, Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.